Well, hello. It is Tuesday afternoon. Mother and I just got in. We're starving to death, or I am. She's never hungry. And I said to myself, what are we going to eat today? So it always starts with a skillet. Just so happens this is my global home skillet that they sent me. So let's do a one pot wonder, one skillet wonder, whatever you call it, wonder. Let's get us some bacon up. Bacon on up there, kids. Let's just dip some. We just want it for flavor, really. We want it for flavor. And it sure gives it a good flavor. You'd think you was at grandma's house. I'll take a little bit of that. I'll take a little bit of my butter. Get that to going in my pan. Now I buy these potatoes, these red boil in the bag potatoes for crab boil. I love them because they're red potatoes, but I'm not going to use those today. I had planned to. I had to get a little drink of tea. I had planned to, but I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do is I ground this pork. Y'all remember it's pork roast I bought on sale. I ground. That says in May. So what I want to do is I just want to brown that meat. And I didn't have to add the bacon up and all that, but I did because I want the flavor. So I'm just going to brown this little bit of pork. This is a recipe. This is me. This is just a recipe I'm making today because we got to have something to eat, and this is what I have on hand, and so it's just going to become a recipe. Never probably have made it before, but we're going to make it today. So we're just going to let our pork, which you can do hamburger, chicken, it's just basic. But you want to cook your pork good because you don't want to get sick from it. I'm just going to fry my pork, saute it, fry it, whatever you call it. That bacon grease will make that pork taste like it was from the slaughterhouse. Okay, so we'll just let that sit there. Put some pepper on it. Put you some pepper on your chicken, pork, or beef. Get you some Louisiana hot sauce. This little amount will not cause it to be hot or too hot. A little bit of salt. Not a lot because of Billie Jean. We'll just continue to cook that pork until it gets let it cook down pretty good. Like I told you, make sure when you're cooking pork, you get it done. D-O-N-E, done. because you don't want to be sick from it. So now, while I'm waiting on that, I'm going to get one of my Frankoma plates. Old Cockadoodle, get old Cockadoodle out of the way. Let me get now these yellow squash, I'm just going to cut those, slice those, about like that. While while we were just sitting here, I thought, well, we might as well. You have to be careful because these, I was just fixing to say it and I did it. I didn't cut myself, but you have to be careful because these squash will slide very easily. And with the wet on there, you just have to be kind of careful. All right, so now, see how that's browning up there? Just cut it down for a little bit. You want that really done. I've told you that several times, but you want it done because you don't want it gristly tasting or where you can't bite into it, Be tough. It won't be tough. Oh, it smells good, y'all. Wish y'all could smell this. I'm gonna tell y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to cut my squash. I'm gonna just cut it kind of julienne. So that's so good for you. This squash is just so good for you. Well, let me go ahead and get my hash browns. And I'm just going to zip the bag open and I'm just going to put my hash browns right there. Now that's a big bag. That's a big bag of hash browns. Just get your oil mixed in there. Because we're going to cook this down real good. And it smells absolutely delicious. So turn that back up a little. So now we'll just let that sit there. And I'm going to go ahead and put my squash around in it. And I'll probably get some of that season blend. Just let me get this taken care of here. Now you can just cut those a little bigger, see. That'll get your squash. You can fry that, meal that, fix that. Look at these pieces here. One of the cats I let him in because it was too hot out there for him, and he's been kind of sick. He's old. He's old. And I hope he's not wanting to go by the wayside, but because I love him. I love all of them just like Mom does. She loves the cats. She loves the kitties. We all love the kitties. I used to love the dogs when I had the dogs. I cook like it's an army, but I can't help it. When you cook for 200 or 300 people a day or restaurant, it's just the way it happens. So now I'm just going to mix that squash down in there. I'm going to turn it down so I can get this in there. You can pop that with your knife, your spoon. Let me get some of the let me see, hold on. I had to get it out of the freezer. I didn't know y'all couldn't, well, you can see pretty good. You're all right. I'm going to use this seasoning blend, which is your onion, celery, green, and red peppers. And I'm just going to just pour that right there on top. Right there on top. I'm going to pull that over. Now, while I've got this, I always take out, because potatoes and the squash, I don't want it for, that doesn't hurt. If my kitty is sick, you can give them the squash and potatoes without onions and all that. So I'm just going to take a little bit out just in case. Plus, that pan was full. So now I'm going to mix that blend down in there. See, Jean, you're spreading it all over. Okay. See how them potatoes are doing good there. Getting that bacon grease on them. And so what we're going to do, let's get us a deal of water. I'd say about a cup. About a cup of water. Just add that to it. Give that, that'll give that old, kind of deglaze that pan and give these vegetables some of that good flavor that's migrated to the bottom of the pan from the fire. Let's just pull that in. The squash are already starting to soften up. This would be good for somebody that, if you wanted to, I guess you could do it all just onions and squash. And I really think, see how great that's getting? I really think, I was thinking about adding okra. It'd make it really good if you added okra to it. But this pan is so full, we're not going to do it. I'm just not going to because I need this to cook down and get soft. Well, I hope whoever y'all are, if you're in the heat, stay out of it because it'll kill you. It'll make you want to feel like you're dead already. Mom and I had to go out, and boy, I said, hell, I don't like this too much. She's a trooper, though. She at 94, boy, she just goes right on. Even with that, when she had that broke hip, me being so sick from the liver disease, she just trudged right on, you know. I guess that's the old Southern mama in her. You know, you just continue on. If your kids are sick, you're sick. If your kids are sad, you're sad. And that's the way it was. Now, I know we're going to have to add salt and pepper to this again. But I'm just talking to y'all and sitting here just cooking something just to be so you can hear me talk and I can convey whatever I want to today. Yeah, it's been something else. I'll tell you, this heat. Let me get a test spoon and let me get a test spoon and just see about this, the seasoning and stuff. Let me get a little test spoon of that. I'm gonna get over here so I don't burn my mouth. I don't like my mouth burnt, and it's hot. Yeah, it's too hot. Have to wait. Yeah, I can't stand my mouth burnt. When I was a kid, that's one thing I couldn't stand. Squash or we blow on it. We good. But it does need salt, pepper. Y'all just gonna put that to your taste because that water just makes all that steam come together. Plus, that water kind of cuts fat so that when you make this, it's not all fried, like fried and fried and fried and fried. That's just like a little vegetable medley. I've got some of those. Let me let that go ahead and cook. I got some of them dinner rolls. Love them with butter. I don't know if y'all ever. I buy them. I buy everything on special. These were $1.59 dinner rolls on special. So let's just little old dinner rolls, plain old dinner rolls. Let's take about 4 out and put them in the little oven because I don't want to make cornbread. I don't want to make cornbread tonight or right now. I bought things to make this or that, and I've still got a pot, not a lot. I've still got some of that. Let me put these vegetables back up. Let me get the deal and put these up so they don't run. I put a twisty tie and put them in a Ziploc. a Ziploc bag, and we'll use them the next day or two, so that's good. I've been having a hankering to have some boiled okra, and a lot of you probably don't like boiled okra. A lot of people don't, because I'm going to put my rolls on this little pan here and just stick them in the oven for just a little bit till they get just browned. So we'll just bake them for a few minutes while I'm finishing up this slum gully, as Daddy would have called this. Some gaillon. I've looked that up. Just a mixture of like meat and vegetables. Now this is what I call a garden, garden meal. If I'd have put okra in it, it sure would have been a garden meal. But we've got our potatoes and our meat, and we'll let that just cook down until it's, and I'm putting my bacon up. I keep it in the refrigerator. Boy, that bacon up is something else. Yeah, sure is. Yeah, that bacon up is something else. All right, let me rinse my hands. And what else can we talk about? Well, we can talk about where my cup towel went. I just had it, and I don't know what I've done with it. So I'll just have to get another one. Get me another little towel. And that, see, you think that skillet, it burns on the bottom, the stainless steel, but when I clean it, it just comes right off. One thing about like these, because these skillets are about $100. They sent this one to me. But they're stainless steel, and I don't have to worry about it. I can use like my restaurant spoons. I can use them that I couldn't use these ever again in my deal. So when I scrape that, see, that just gets that flavor into my food. I don't know if y'all realize that, but when you scrape that brown, just, you don't have to scrape it all the way off, just get some of that flavor into your food. That's all you're doing. And I think that's done. I really do. With Mother and I just here, I can't make a whole bunch. If y'all were here, it'd be different, but I can't make just a little bit. And I don't make 4 or 5 pots or something. But this would be a good squash dish for you. Pork squash. We'll call it the pork squash dish. I think oh, it's heavy. This pan is heavy anyway. There's a pork squash. We'll get this kind of cleaned up. Check on the rolls. Check on the rolls. They're browning. They're browning. I think I'm going to put that on broil and start it, because that will take them on over the edge. And that's what we're going to have for this. It's in between lunch and dinner. But I knew I needed to cook this pork. I knew I needed to cook these 2 squash, and the hash brown potatoes. So now on top of this, to make it, because I could have done the sauce and all that stuff, but there's no sense in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get, let's see. I'm going to get Parmigiano cheese. And I am going to just not grate it. I'm going to use this. It's already grated. And I'm just going to put a little Parmigiano cheese on the top of this. You could use yellow cheese. You can use whatever you want, whatever you want on it. And if you want to add a little color, if you're going to, a little paprika, just a little bit. That's just a little pepper, a little red pepper. But that will cut it down in there. Kind of cut it with your fork or your spoon. This is not a fork, Billy Jean. You smell that. You smell that onions and everything cooking. Oh, that's gonna be good, y'all. Let me check the rolls. Oh, they're getting done. Let's take them off. Let's get our little butter plate. Let's get our little butter plate. Mix our little bit of butter. Because I like whipped butter. I've always liked whipped butter. So let's get us a paper plate. So y'all be inventive in the kitchen when you need to be. Don't, here's our little rolls. Y'all be inventive. Because I didn't know what I was going to cook today. I knew I had certain ingredients. Okay, let me get Mom a roll. She'll like a roll. And I'm going to split it. Just split it right there in the middle. Some whipped butter. Put some whipped butter into that roll. That's a good roll. These are good rolls. See how they have a little whipped butter to them. You can't beat whipped butter. So I just go ahead and butter my rolls and put them back on the plate. So when somebody wants one, it's right there already. It's right there already. Okay, got that done. Got our whipped butter done. And got the oven off. So there's a good roll. See how that roll? Ooh. I love making rolls, and I'll make them sometime for y'all, or bread. So now let's just get some squash. The squash dish. I don't think she'll eat a lot. But that's what we're going to have is our pork squash and our buttered roll. And we might have some cookies and milk after a while. If you're good little kids. We'll talk to you soon. God bless you. God bless us. God bless the United States. Bye-bye.